Hello, everybody. This is Bernie Strom, and welcome to my YouTube channel. We just got finished watching Dwayne Mart's 1961 Yankees replay, and before that, Beatles Eternally was online and showing us Pure Sim Baseball. It's a great looking game. You guys ought to check it out if you want to learn another game. My brain is full. I'm having trouble learning all the games I have on my computer, but it's certainly a good looking game. And we thank Beatles for making it available to everybody. We're here in Boston, Massachusetts on May 25th, 1914, for the battle for first place in the 1914 American League pennant race. The Red Sox currently, as you can see on the screen, are in first place, 18-10, followed by the Cleveland Naps at 18-14, 2 games back. Today's game features Willie Mitchell, who is 8-0 with a 1.98 ERA, versus Ray Collins for the Boston Red Sox, 6-1, 1.68 ERA. It's looking like it's going to be a good game. And we've got a couple of people watching. Beatles is first into the stadium today. Thank you very much, Beatles. I appreciate it. We have a few people in. We started a few minutes early because Dwayne just ended, and I figured we'd keep it going. Anyway, let's go down and check the lineup for today's game. Before we do that, I just want you to know I had my family in for Thanksgiving. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving wherever you decided to spend it. But having a 6 and an 8-year-old running around the house for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it's an experience that I went through, but I've seemed to have forgotten because there's not a quiet moment in the house. They just left. I'm back to broadcasting. There's been so much stuff I missed on YouTube this past week. I got to catch up on, and then we can get back to broadcasting. Dwayne Martz has just checked in. Hi, Dwayne. Great game you just had. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Anyway, here's the starting lineups for the Cleveland Naps in today's game. Nemo Liebold in center field, batting first for Cleveland. Rivington Bisland. Now, I haven't done a Cleveland Nats game, so if I butcher some of these names, I hope you guys will correct me on the chat. At shortstop, batting second. Jack Graney in left field, batting third. Shoeless Joe Jackson in right field, batting fourth. Nap LaJoy, those two are the best players ever to play the game. He's at second base. At the end of his career, he plays in 1914 here for Cleveland, and then finishes up with the Athletics for 2 years before he retires. He's batting fifth. Roy Wood at first, batting sixth. Terry Turner at third, batting seventh. Frank Karish catching, batting eighth. Willie Mitchell pitching and batting ninth. Like I said, he's 8-0 with a 1.98 ERA for the season for the Red Sox. If you've been following along, it's a pretty standard lineup. Harry Hooper in right field, batting first, followed by Steve Yerkes at second, batting second. Duffy Lewis of the famous Duffy's Cliff in left field, batting third. Tris Speaker batting fourth and center. Everett Scott batting fifth at shortstop. Larry Gardner at third base, batting sixth. Hal Janvrin at first, batting seventh. Bill Carrigan, the manager of this team, catching, batting eighth. Ray Collins batting ninth. He's 6-1 in his 7 starts, a 1.68 ERA. Let me see if I have to say 007 checks in. Hi there. I'm glad we've got a few people in the ballpark. Let's go down to the field. And I'm going to move this around here a little bit. There we go. That works. Okay, here we are. I finally settled on the blimp view as the easiest way to get everybody on the field for the opening shot, because I like the setup where I have the out-of-town scoreboard and obviously the lineups, the pitcher, the batter. I enjoy the team info here along with the weather. Today's attendance is going to be, when they finally all come in, 5,041. The sky's clear, temperature 57 degrees, and the wind in from left at 12 miles an hour. So if we have a ball go over the left field wall, I'll be really surprised. In the outfield, Lewis in left, Speaker in center, Hooper in right, Gardner, Scott, Yerkes, Janvrin in the infield, Kerrigan catching, Collins pitching. We just went over the Cleveland lineup. Okay, Collins has got the ball and he's ready for his first pitch. Has the sign. Here's the windup. Ball 4. And Collins walks the first batter of the game. Collins now to face Bislin. Bislin has only been up 11 times this season with 1 hit. He will face Collins. Collins checks the runner at first. He's into the stretch, and there's the bunt. Kerrigan jumps out. He's got it. Throws to first. And in dead ball fashion, the sacrifice bunt works, and the runner goes to second base, who's in scoring position. Liebold in scoring position. Graney stepping in. An even 100 at-bats for the season, batting .250, no home runs. 12 runs batted in. Collins glances back at the runner. Here's the pitch, and he hits him. Collins is a little wild today. I don't know if that was on purpose or not to set up a double play, but now there's runners on first and second as David Selinsky steps in. Hello, thank you for coming by. I greatly appreciate anybody who wants to watch. As Shoeless Joe Jackson with a home run, 26 RBIs, 308 average. Face Gen did not do Joe Jackson very well, but he's better looking in Face Gen than he was in real life. Runners on first and second. Collins checks the runners. Here's the pitch to Jackson. It's base hit in the left field. A runner is going to score. The throw's coming to the plate, but he beats it by a mile. It's 1-0 Cleveland. Collins, who's 6-1, has not started this game very well. Runners remain at first and second. Still 1 out. For Nap LaJoy, who is batting .328, no home runs, 26 runs batted in. Jackson on first. Graney on second. LaJoy batting from the right side. Collins is a lefty. Here's the pitch. And he strikes out looking. That ball might have been a little outside, but the umpire gave it to him anyway. 2 down. 2 on, top of the first. 1-0 Cleveland. Roy Wood, the first baseman, stepping in. Part-time player for these Naps, batting .318. Collins checks the runners. Here's the pitch. And there's a fly ball to left field. Lewis puts it away for the out. At the end of 1/2 an inning, Cleveland 1, Red Sox coming to bat. I'll just remind you of the Red Sox batting order here slightly. Hooper, Yerkes, and Lewis to lead off here in the bottom of the first. In the out-of-town scoreboard, Detroit and Washington, no score in the first. White Sox and Yankees, no score in the first. In the second, Philadelphia Reds, Cincinnati Reds, Philadelphia Phillies, no score. Rest of the games yet to get going. Mitchell on the mound to face Hooper. He's got the sign, and he's into his windup. And there's a pop out to the third baseman, puts it away for the out. In foul territory, 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the first. Steve Yerkes stepping in, batting a .188 for the season, no home runs, 9 RBIs. The Red Sox are in first place because of their pitching, not because of their hitting as you glance over at the batting averages. Mitchell has the sign. He's into his windup. Ground ball to second. Over to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down. LaJoie made an easy play of that one. As Duffy Lewis having a great year, batting .346, stepping in, no home runs. 11 runs batted in. Okay, wait a second. I got something in the chat here. Since I asked for pronunciation help, Lazaway. Okay. Thank you very much. You got to remember, Beatles, dead ball to me is brand new. I've been doing it for since July, August, September, October, November, 5 months. I am going to get better at it, I promise. Mitchell looks in at Lewis. Here's the pitch. Bounding ball to third. He backs up on it. He's going to have a long throw to first, and he's going to get him. 3 up, 3 down. Now the Red Sox, as we go to the top of the second, Cleveland 1, Boston nothing. Turner, Karish, and Mitchell due up to face Collins here in the top of the second inning. Collins into the windup. And there's a fly ball in the left field. Lewis steps in a couple of feet, puts it away for the out. 1 down. Garish with 79 at-bats this year, hitting .215. He does have a home run. 6 runs batted in. Collins gets his sign. Here's the pitch. He swings and misses. He struck him out. 2 up, 2 down. Top of the second. Mitchell, the pitcher, stepping in, who appears to be a good hitting pitcher. A home run, 5 RBIs, .235 average, 8 hits and 34 at-bats. Let's see what Collins can do. Here's the pitch. And there's a fly ball in the right field. Hooper backing up, settling under it, puts it away. 3 up, 3 down here on the top of the second. We go to the bottom half of the inning. 1-0 Cleveland. For the Red Sox, 4th, 5th, and 6th hitters, Speaker, Scott, and Gardner due up against Mitchell. 2 left-handed pitchers on the mound in today's matchup. Speaker batting from the left side. Here's Mitchell's pitch. And he hits a short little pop-up, didn't get very high off the ground, and LaJoie puts it away for the out. I'm going to get that name right, Beatles, I promise. Okay, Everett Scott due up, not having a very good year, batting .149 here through the 3rd week in May. Mitchell's pitch, and there's a fly ball in the center field. It's coming down right into the glove of the center fielder. 2 up, 2 down, as Lee Bold puts that ball away. Top of the order. Larry Gardner. That's going to be the top of the order in the next half inning. Larry Gardner batting .231, no home runs, 9 runs batted in. Bats from the left side. Here's the pitch. And there's a line drive in the left field, right at the left fielder, who puts it away for the out. Red Sox go in order here in the bottom of the second. We go to the top of the third. 1-0 Cleveland. And as I said earlier in the day, earlier in the last inning, we're going to the top of the order. Lee Bold, Bislin, and Graney. Lajoie. I've got to get that, right? I hope I get that correct. If I'm still saying it wrong, please correct me, Beatles. Okay, here we go. Collins gets his sign. He's into his windup. And there's a line drive in the left field. That's going to drop in front of Lewis for a base hit. And Cleveland gets their second hit of the day. Runner on first. Bislin due up. Once again, he's 1 for 11 on the season, 091. Do you think we're going to bunt? Let's find out. Here's Collins' pitch. And for the second time today, there's a bunt. But it's a pop-up right back to the pitcher. The first one was successful. The second one failed. 1 away. Runner remains on first base. Jack Graney due up. 250 hitter. Collins checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to first baseman. He's going to take it unassisted. The runner's going to go to second. We have 2 down. However, Cleveland has a runner in scoring position here with 2 away. Joe Jackson, a 313 hitter up, looking for knocking the second run of the game for Cleveland. Collins checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to first base. He's going to boot the ball. He's going to pick it up, but he's not going to do it in time. Jackson's going to make it to first on the Red Sox error. The runner's going to hold on third, and we have runners on, actually, runner held at second. Runners at first and second with 2 away. That was unusual. I don't know why he did that, but he did. Lajoie up. Do I have it? No home runs, 26 runs batted in. 6 stolen bases on the season, batting .325. He's got a chance to knock in a couple of runs here. Collins checks the runner. He's into the windup. Here's the pitch, and he hits a fly ball in the right field. Hooper comes in a couple of steps, puts it away for the out. And the Red Sox get out of that inning unscathed. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Cleveland. In today's game, we're going to take a page out of Beatles' book. However, we're not going to do a player of the game. We're going to do an interesting segment from the new Bill James Historical Baseball Abstract. In that book, I found it interesting, being new to dead ball baseball. It discusses all the things that happened in the 1910s in baseball, and there's a few interesting things we'll go over later in the game. The out-of-town scoreboard has the A's leading the Browns 1-0 in the third. The Senators and the Tigers tied up in the third, 1 apiece. Yankees ahead of the White Sox in the third, 2-0. Reds leading the Phillies 1-0 in the third. The Braves and St. Louis yet to start, along with the Giants and the Cubs. Brooklyn and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh leads Brooklyn 1-0 in the third. Mitchell in this third inning will face the bottom third of the order, Janvrin, Kerrigan, and Collins. Here's Mitchell's pitch. Bounding ball to short. He's up with it. Over to first for the out. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the third. Bislin made a great play on a routine ball. Kerrigan, the manager of the team's only been up 36 times this year, batting .250. Managing takes up most of his time here in 1914. Here's the pitch. And there's a ground ball directly at the first baseman, picks it up, steps on the bag for the out. Wood puts him away. 2 up, 2 down. Ray Collins has 3 hits and 17 times up with 4 runs batted in on the season. Mitchell looking to put the first 9 runners away. He's into his windup, and here's the pitch to Collins. There it is. Struck him out, swinging. 9 up, 9 down in the 3 innings for the Red Sox as we go to the top of the 4th. 1-0 Cleveland. As we sip on my morning coffee here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and you thought we were in Boston. It's still morning. We're drinking coffee. Wood, Turner, and Karish up here in the top of the 4th. Only 2 hits in the game, moving right along. Here's Collins' pitch. And there's a ground ball to shortstop. He can't come up with it. It's going to be an infield hit, according to the official score, and there's the 3rd hit of the game. Wood on first. Turner stepping up, batting .250, no home runs, 11 RBIs, 0 for 1 today. Collins checks on Wood. Here's his pitch. He's going to throw to second. He's out by a mile. And Roy Wood is caught stealing. 1 away. Turner still at bat. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Bounding ball off the pitcher. Scott picked it up, throws to first, gets him. What a play. 1-6-3, that's going to be scored as that ball went off the pitcher. Everett Scott picked it up, threw to first, got the runner. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Collins now faces the catcher, who's been up 80 times this year with a home run, 6 runs batted in. Batting a .212. Here's the pitch. And there's a ground ball up the middle. It's going to be past the pitcher. Scott's got it, but he holds on. There's no way to get him. And there's a base hit. Infield variety. 4th hit of the game for Cleveland. Mitchell stepping in. Mitchell, a good hitting pitcher, batting .229. Has a chance to help himself out here with a runner on first. Here's the pitch. And he hits a ground ball to second. Yerke's up with it, throws to first. He's out. At the end of 3.5 innings, the score remains Cleveland 1, Boston nothing. Moving on here on a holiday weekend, both Thanksgiving in real life and May 25th, 1914. They don't know it yet, but it's going to be Memorial Day. Maybe it was Memorial Day in 1914, but I doubt it. Here in the bottom of the 4th, top of the order, Hooper, Yerkes, and Lewis. Mitchell has retired 9 in a row. Here's the pitch to Hooper. And he hits a bounding ball to first base. He's up with it. Steps on the bag. That's 10 in a row as Wood makes a fine play. Yerkes, who made the play that ended the top half of the inning, stepping in. He's 0 for 1 on the day. 186 on the season. Here's Mitchell's pitch. And there's a line drive into right field. And the perfect game is over as it drops in front of the right fielder for a base hit. Steve Yerkes rounds first, goes back to the bag, and the Red Sox have a runner on. Here in the bottom of the 4th for Duffy Lewis, the Red Sox top hitter, batting .343. 0 for 1 on the day. Yerkes takes his lead off of first. Here's the pitch to Lewis. And he strikes out swinging. 2 down for the Red Sox. Yerkes holds it first. Legends stops in for a minute. Thank you very much, Legends. I appreciate you stopping by to hit that like button. Greatly appreciated. Tris Speaker, batting .302 on the season, 2 home runs. 9 RBIs, leads the Red Sox in stolen bases with 10. Will bat with Yerkes at first base and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to first. Wood picks it up, steps on the bag, takes it unassisted. As we go to the top of the 5th, the Red Sox trailing 1-0. We're having a very quick game, only 5 hits as we go to the top of the 5th. We go to the top of the Naps order. Leibold, Bislin, and Graney due up. Both pitchers pitching well. Here's Collins' pitch. It's to the shortstop. He picks it up, but he's not going to beat the throw. The runner's going to beat the throw to first for another infield hit. If I'm not mistaken, that's the 3rd infield hit today for Cleveland. And their 5th hit of the game, Leibold's at first. Bislin, the shortstop, due up, batting .083. He's bunted twice today, once successfully. And his last time he bunted, it was a pop-up to the first baseman. You think he's going to bunt again? That's 3 in a row. This one's back to the mound. It's going to be successful. He throws to first. Runner moves to second. 1 out. Leibold in scoring position for Jack Graney, the left fielder, batting .248. 0 for 1 on the day. Collins glances back at Leibold at second. He's into the windup. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to second. Yerkes up with it. Over to Janvit at first for the out. Runner goes to third. 2 away, but that runner is 90 feet from home. He can score on a wild pitch. He can score on a pass ball. He can score on an error from third base, so third base is a lot better to be on than second. Collins looks in at Joe Jackson. Here's the pitch. There's a pop-up in a shallow left field. Shortstop is under it. It's going to come down, and he's going to catch it. The Red Sox get out of the inning. At the end of 4.5, halfway through the game, 1-0 Cleveland. Moving right along, Red Sox only have 1 hit. Everett Scott made the put out in the field on that sky-high pop-up by Joe Jackson in the top of the inning, followed by Gardner and Janvin. Mitchell pitching a 1-hitter. Here's the pitch. And that fly ball's into deep left center field, but it's going to be a long out. 1 up, 1 down as Leibold puts that ball away. Mitchell looking in at Gardner, 0 for 1 today, 228 on the season. Here's Mitchell's pitch. And there's a ground ball right back to the mound. He's going to throw to first. 2 up, 2 down. The Red Sox appear to have nothing. As we head to the bottom, we are in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs. Janvin up, 0 for 1, like everybody else. 269 hitter. Mitchell's in command today. Here's his pitch. There's a line drive up the gap. Just when I praise Mitchell, Janvin clobbered that ball. It's going all the way to the wall. The left fielder is going to pick it up. Janvin's going to hold at second base. And with 2 outs, the throw comes in. The Red Sox have a runner on second base. Graney picked that up, made a nice play to get it in to hold Janvin to a double. Bill Kerrigan gets a chance to help himself as the manager of the team today. A base hit will knock in a run, tie the game, batting .243, 0 for 1 on the game, in the game. Mitchell checks the runner. He's the pitch. There is a ground ball to shortstop, and he's going to boot the ball, and he's not even going to throw. The runner's going to go to third. Red Sox have runners. The Red Sox look like the runner went to third. Try to tell me why that isn't a glitch in the game as Janvin remains on second, because I saw him running to third. That happened earlier in the game. I would say that's a glitch. If Michael Silver's watching or watches this game anytime in the future, I think that information's got to go to Out of the Park Baseball. Ray Collins, the pitcher, due up. Runners on first and second. Considerably more difficult to score than if there was a runner on third. Mitchell checks the runners. Here's the pitch. There it is. He's going to step on the bag. The shortstop makes the play. Fielder's choice. No runs scored here in the bottom of the fifth. We go to the top of the sixth inning. 1-0 Cleveland. The speed of this game, this may be a record game. Collins, who's pitching well, getting no support from his team, is going to face Lajoie, Wood, and Turner here in the top of the sixth inning. Collins pitches. Here it is. An attempted bunt, and it was missed. Strike one on Lajoie. That doesn't happen very often. We're into the windup. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And there's a shallow pop-up right to the first baseman, Janvin. Lajoie doesn't even have to leave the batter's box. There's one up, one down. Wood stepping up, 1 for 2 on the day, 326 on the year. Here's Collins' pitch. And he hits a fly ball into right field. Hooper coming in a couple of steps, waiting for it, puts it away. 2 outs here in the top of the sixth. Terry Turner, who's 0 for 2, 248 on the season. He will face Collins, who winds and fires. He's going to walk him. We thought we might get a clean inning, but we don't. There's a runner on first. 1-0 Cleveland. Garris steps to the plate, batting .222, 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner. I think he's going to be out. And he is. Out by a mile. That ends the sixth inning. And we go to the top of the sixth. As we go to the bottom of the sixth, it's still 1-0. Cleveland. Bottom of the sixth, Red Sox have the top of the order. Hooper, Yerkes, and Lewis due up. If they're going to do something against Mitchell, it's got to be soon. Only 4 innings to go. Mitchell into the windup. Here's the pitch. And there's a bunt attempt. There's going to be a play at first. Let's see what happens. He is safe. And Hooper bunts for a hit. If you can't hit him, you might as well bunt him. Hooper on first base. Yerkes 1 for 2 on the day, 194 on the season. Hooper on first. Will Yerkes try to bunt him over to put a runner in scoring position? Mitchell checks Hooper at first. Let's find out. He's into the pitch, and there's a bunt. It's a foul ball. 2-1 on Yerkes. Hooper still on first. Here's the pitch. He swings away. There's a ground ball back to the mound. He's going to throw to second for the force out. No play at first. 1 away here in the bottom of the sixth. We just exchanged runners on first base. Instead of Hooper, there's Yerkes. They're both about the same speed. No problem. But Yerkes failed to get the runner over for Duffy Lewis, who's batting .339 on the season. 0 for 2 on the day. Checks the runner. Here's the pitch. He's going to run to second base. He is going to be safe in a close play. He's going to make it to second without the bunt. And as Dwayne Martz would say, who needs a stinking bunt? Hello, Doug Hunt. Thank you for coming by to say hello. Always appreciated when you guys come in to follow along with my 1914 replay. Of course, in 1914, the Red Sox finished the season 8.5 games. behind Philadelphia. And I'm playing the season just to erase those 8.5 games. Lewis still at the plate, but now we have a runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch. The ground ball is short. It's going to throw to first. Yerkes is going to go to third. Let's see if they leave him there. They do this time. That is not a glitch. 2 outs. We do have the tying run on third for the Red Sox. Top hitter, although he's only batting .299 of the season, Tris Speaker. After the 7th inning stretch, we will read to you a couple of the things from that Bill James historical abstract that I found interesting, one of which is about Tris Speaker. Runner on third. Mitchell trying to maintain his 1-0 lead will pitch to Speaker. What do you think? You think he may walk him? Let's find out. 3-2 pitch. The AI is not that dumb. Speaker at first, Yerkes at third. Everett Scott, who's hitting 146, he's a lot easier out than Tris Speaker, stepping in. Mitchell checks the runners. He's into his windup. Here's the pitch. And there's a base hit in the right field. Unbelievable. The walk didn't help. Speaker goes to third. He slides. He is safe. Red Sox have tied the game here in the bottom of the 6th, and they have runners on first and third. Well, Mitchell has pitched well up to this point. He's pitched 5 2/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, and that was his first run. He struck out 2, walked no one. He now has to face Larry Gardner with runners on first and third. 0 for 2 on the day is Gardner. Let's see if Scott's going to steal. Gardner hits a ground ball to second. Going to throw to first to end the inning. Sides retired, but the Red Sox have tied it up as we go to the top of the 7th. It's 1 run apiece. Mike from the truck stops by. Thank you. Mike, I don't know if I've seen you here before, but thank you very much. I see you everywhere else, so it's nice to see you here at my game. Here we go, top of the 7th, bottom of the order, Karish and Mitchell, followed by the leadoff hitter, Leibold, the center fielder. Collins gets his sign. He's into his windup. Here's the pitch. And there is a pop-up. It's in foul territory. Gardner is under it, puts it away. 1 up, 1 down here on the top of the 7th. Mitchell, who's pitched well today, except for that last half of the inning in the 6th, stepping in. He is a .222 hitter, and he's 0 for 2 on the day. Here's Collins' pitch, and he hits it, spanks it in the right field for a base hit. Hooper going over to pick it up, should be throwing it into second. There it goes. Throws to second, holds him to a single, and Mitchell, who is a good hitter, is on first, helping himself out. Stepping to the plate, Nemo Leibold, 2 for 2 on the day. He's had a great day. He's also played a good center field. Collins checks his counterpart at first. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball. It's in the infield past the pitcher. There's not going to be a play on that. Leibold is now 3 for 3, and the Naps are in good shape with their 7th hit of the game. They got runners on first and second here in the top of the 7th inning with nobody out. Bislin, Gainey, and Joe Jackson due up here with nobody out. Collins today has pitched 6 1/3 innings, allowed 7 hits, struck out 2, walked 2, only 1 run so far. He's hoping he can hold them. Collins checks the runner. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball in the right field. Hooper's coming in. I don't think anybody's going anywhere. 2 down here in the inning. I believe I said there was no outs earlier. I was wrong. There's now 2 away. As Collins tries to keep this game all tied up. Liebold at first, Mitchell at second. Graney at the plate. Certainly doesn't want to face Joe Jackson, so I believe Graney's going to get something to hit. Here's the pitch. That ball gets away from the catcher. However, the runners go nowhere as it didn't go far enough. Here it is. Ground ball to first. Janvrin's going to step on the bag unassisted. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. We go here to the bottom of the 7th, and before we do, as promised, as a tribute to my friend Beatles eternally, we're going to give you a little information out of the new Bill James Historical Baseball Abstract. This is a book that is how many pages? Oh, it's almost 1,000 pages. Can be had on eBay for $5. A lot of these books come from libraries. They were almost never checked out, and they are in perfect condition. The 1910s saw a lot of changes in baseball. In 1914, the best major league pitcher was Walter Johnson, and in today's game, the best is the player who is the best hitter in the American League in Major League Baseball in 1914. It was Tris Speaker. There were 5 of the largest changes in baseball during the decade of the teens. Appearance of modern stadiums. I'll read you those stadiums here in a moment. Strong move toward more players because the rosters got higher. There was organization structure of the minor leagues. MLB teams hired coaches. And it says here, movements towards the commissioner system. New stadiums in the teens. In 1910, there was Comiskey Park in Chicago, Polo Grounds in New York, National Park in Washington, which was destroyed by a fire. It became Dreyfus Stadium when it was rebuilt. In 1912 was Fenway Park in Boston. I don't know how long you guys have been following, but I did do that opening game from Fenway Park on April 18th, 1912. That was the first game on my YouTube channel. That was on April 18th, 2023. Ebbets Field in Brooklyn and Nevin Park in Detroit were built in 1913. Here in 1914, Terrapin Park in Baltimore, Wegham Park in Chicago, which later became Wrigley Field, was opened in 1914, and Braves Field in Boston in 1915. The best pennant race in Major League Baseball in the teens was the 1915 Federal League. And I just purchased the Federal League season from Action PC Baseball. I think I'm going to do the Federal League here sometime this winter as a replay. The best World Series in the teens, 1912, Red Sox defeated the Giants in 8 games. And the series is remembered for the Snodgrass Muff. Best hitting pitcher in baseball in the teens, I bet you can guess it was Babe Ruth. In the 19-teens Gold Glove team, I'm going to read you this team, and then we're going to get to one other thing before we get back to the game. The Gold Glove team, Ray Schock at catcher, Ed Conachie at first, Eddie Collins at second, Heine Groh at third, Rabbit Varanville at short. The outfield, Myers Speaker and Max Carey were the Gold Glove team of the teens. But here is my favorite list that appears in the new Bill James Historical Abstract. Here is a list of the best drinkers in Major League Baseball in the 19-teens. Some of these guys will eventually show up in my games. Sim Saley, Pete Alexander, Josh DeVore, Mike Donlin, Larry McLean, Ray Caldwell, Billy Southworth, Oscar Stainage, which I know plays for Detroit. He's appeared in a lot of my games here, and Stan Baumgartner were by far the best drinkers in Major League Baseball. And I guess I'm going to do one more because I found this interesting. Uniform changes in the 19 teens. Stirrups showed up for the first time in baseball. Smaller collars on the jerseys and nicknames on the uniforms. And there we go. There's my Beatles Eternally new Bill James historical abstract reading. I appreciate you guys sticking with me while I discuss that. Okay, bottom of the inning. Here we go. For those interested in this 1-1 game, Janvrin, Kerrigan, and Collins due up to face Mitchell. Without any further ado, here's Mitchell's first pitch. Well, it was actually his sixth. As Janvrin hits a fly ball into right field, it's put away for the out. One up, one down as Joe Jackson puts that away. Mitchell will face the manager, Kerrigan, who also happens to catch part-time. MV checks in. Nice to see you, MV. I also appreciate you being here. I enjoyed your game from this morning when I checked in. Here's Mitchell's pitch to Kerrigan. And there's a fly ball in the center field. That looks like it may drop, and it does. It drops in front of the center fielder for a base hit. Kerrigan takes the turn, goes back to first. He is on first base with Collins due up to face Mitchell. Collins 0 for 2 today. Not a terribly good hitter, but he's got 3 hits on the season. My guess is Kerrigan's going to flash in the bunt sign. Let's see what happens. He doesn't. Well, he does. There it is. It's a sacrifice bunt. They're going to get him at first. Kerrigan goes to second. There's no glitches. We have a runner in scoring position, 2 away now. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, the go-ahead run on second for Harry Hooper, 248. Batter, he's the top of the order, no home runs, 10 RBIs. Kerrigan takes a good lead off a second. Mitchell stares at him. Here's the pitch. And there is a ground ball to second. Over to first for the out. The inning is over. We go to the top of the 8th, all tied at 1. Top of the 8th inning, Jackson Lajoie would due up to face Collins, who's looking for his 7th win of the season. Jackson 1 for 3 on the day. Here's Collins' pitch. There's a ground ball to second. Yerke's up with it over to Janvrin at first. 1 up, 1 down as Lajoie stepping in 0 for 3, batting .320. Here's Collins' pitch. There's a ground ball in the right field, base hit. Can't keep a good player down. Runner on first for the Naps. 1 away here in the top of the 8th. Roy Wood stepping in, the first baseman for Cleveland, 1 for 3 on the day, .319 hitter. Lajoie has 6 stolen bases on this season. Let's see what he does. There's the bunt. Right back to the mound. They're going to throw to first. Sacrifice works. Runner on second base for Turner. Here's the pitch. It's a base hit to left field. That runner is going to score, I think. Here comes a throw. It's going to be close. The ball gets by the catcher. Batter goes to second. Is he going to go to third? No, he holds. Turner ends up on second. Lajoie scores. Cleveland takes the lead 2-1. Garrish stepping in. 1 for 3 on the day, 220, as Collins finds himself trailing in the game. Checks Turner at second. Here's the pitch. Fly ball in the left field. Lewis coming in. Puts it away for the out. We're going to go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cleveland now leads 2-1. In the out-of-town scoreboard, the Browns lead the A's 6-3. Detroit over the Senators 5-2 in the 9th. White Sox Yankees tied up at 5 in the 7th. Reds and Phillies. Reds lead 6-2 in the 8th. St. Louis leads Brooklyn in the 5th. All tied, Giants and Cubs in the 4th. Pittsburgh leads Brooklyn 5-3 in the 9th. I must have got that other team wrong. Let's stay with it long enough to find out what game I missed. I think it's the next one. Nope, it's the one after this. The Braves losing to the Cardinals 2-0 in the 5th. That's the one I missed. Yerkes due up. Lewis and Speaker to follow. They need a run. Here's Mitchell's pitch. There's a ground ball to second. Over to first for the out. Great play by Lajoie as he had to come in for that one. 1 up, 1 down. Duffy Lewis stepping in. 326 hitter. Mitchell has the lead. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball in the right field. It's going to be caught for the out. 2 away here as Jackson put that away. Nobody on for Tris Speaker, which is the way Cleveland likes it. Speaker 0 for 2 today, batting .299. Mitchell looks in. Here's his pitch. There it is. Ground ball to short. Speaker is out. We go to the top of the 9th inning, 2-1 Cleveland. Top of the inning, Collins is about to pitch a complete game. Whether he gets his 7th win or his 2nd loss is still in doubt. He's going to face his counterpart, Willie Mitchell, who has a hit today and is a good hitting pitcher. Here's the pitch. And there is a dribbler down the third. Not going to be a throw. And I don't know how many there's been. There's been 4 or 5 infield hits. But Mitchell gets his 2nd one of the day. The 10th Cleveland hit. Leibold at the plate batting .330. He's had a great day, 3 for 3. I don't know if the AI will let a 3 for 3 hitter bunt, but let's see what happens. They're not going to let him bunt. He's going to hit it to the mound. It's going to be like a bunt, however, as the runner will go to second. Throw goes to first. Mitchell's in scoring position with 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. Brisland due up. He's bunted a few times today. He's 0 for 2, however. Only 1 hit on the season. Here's the pitch. Pop up into shallow right field. Yerkes under it, puts it away. The runner has to hold. 2 down for Jack Graney, who's 0 for 3. He's batting .243. Collins would like to get out of this without giving up another run. Here's the pitch. And there's a shot pop up in the short center field. The shortstop Scott puts it away for the out. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Red Sox trailing 2-1. This has been a good game, although I'd like to see the Red Sox win. If Cleveland wins today, they will be only 1 game behind the Red Sox in the American League. Mitchell to face Scott, Gardner, and Janvin. Scott, who made that last out, 156 hitter. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Here's Mitchell's pitch. And that's going to be put away by Jackson for the out. 1 up, 1 down, bottom of the ninth. Mitchell, seeking his 9th win of the season, is only 2 outs away. Del Gainer, who the Red Sox just acquired from the Detroit Tigers yesterday in a transaction, batting .250. He's pinch hitting for the third baseman. He's got 2 hits, 8 at-bats in the season, all with Detroit. Here's the pitch. And he strikes out swinging for the second out. Well, I understand Kerrigan wanting to put up a right-handed batter against a left-handed pitcher, but that didn't really work out. As Mitchell will face Janvin here in the bottom of the ninth, 2 away. Here's the pitch. And he walks him. Nothing is easy here in baseball as the tying run is walked with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth inning. Bill Kerrigan stepping in, who's 1 for 3, .256. A base hit will sure help his status as the manager. Willie Mitchell, 8 2/3 innings, 5 hits, a 1-run ball, struck out 3, walked 2. Checks the runner at first. He's into the pitch to Kerrigan. Kerrigan. There's no throw. Kerrigan called for a steal of second base. No attempt by the catcher Karish for Cleveland. A little surprised that they didn't try to throw him out. But Janvin gets his 3rd stolen base of the season. Kerrigan can now tie this game with a base hit. Janvin takes his lead. Here's the pitch. Kerrigan hits a ground ball to short. Long throw over to first, and that's the ball game. Cleveland wins 2-1. Cleveland, 2 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. The Red Sox, 1 run, 5 hits, and 2 errors, and a snappy 53 minutes here for the game. Let's check the box score, as I'm accustomed to doing. I read the Naps sneak past Boston 2-1. They're now 1 game behind the Red Sox here in the American League. Starting pitcher Willie Mitchell was a major factor in the 2-1 Cleveland Naps triumph over the Boston Red Sox. Mitchell, now 9-0, was the winner. In 9 innings, he gave up 5 hits while striking out 3, walking 2, and allowing 1 run. The triumph puts Cleveland at 19-14 for the season. Terry Turner made it 2-1 in favor of Cleveland when he delivered a run-scoring single. It came with 2 out in the top of the 8th. The Naps went on to win. And for the infamous quote of the day, throwing strikes was the main thing, Mitchell said. Anybody for the Red Sox who only had 5 hits, no one stands out. 3 for 4, the center fielder Lebo stands out for me for Cleveland. And, of course, 9-0 is an impressive start to the season for Mitchell. As we leave the game, we're going to finish the rest of today's games with a click of the button. We're going to check the standings. And as we see, the Red Sox are 5-5 in their last 10 games. They are 1 game up on the Cleveland Naps, who are 6-4 and on a 3-game winning streak. The Philadelphia Athletics, who win the league in real life, follow up 2 games back. In 3rd place in the National League, the Giants are half a game up on the Cincinnati Reds. And the Boston Braves 10-17 as we look forward to watching for their march up the standings as the season goes. Thank you very much, Dwayne. I appreciate the compliment. As we go on, a couple more pages I like to show. If you follow my Facebook page, I print each game's box scores on a daily basis if you want to follow this. If you don't want to follow it, I certainly understand. It's my replay, not yours. But as we go to the Major League page here, which also shows, once again, the AL standings, and also shows weekly power ratings and things like that. We go to league leaders, but these are major league leaders. These aren't American or National, as you can see there. See it for yourself. Who's leading in average home runs, RBIs, and the pitching leaders, of course. I also go on and print this report every day for the Boston Red Sox, for those Red Sox fans on the channel. And if you watch my channel, you have to be a Red Sox fan, I guess, somewhat, because every game is a Red Sox game. Doug Hunt, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Team leader, Lewis batting .333, home run speaker with 2, RBI leader, Lewis with 11, followed by Hooper. And Collins and Leonard, Dutch Leonard, tied with 6 wins. Dutch Leonard's 0.50 ERA, by the way, is pretty impressive. I believe 1914 was the year he set a record that still stands for the lowest ERA in baseball. And last but not least, we move on with the team schedule for the Red Sox. Today we played this game right here where we lose 2-1. As I look later on in the season, later on in the week, we go to Thursday. We've got a game. We may do that game on Thursday. If not, Thursday's game, so it wouldn't be Thursday. That's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That would be Tuesday. I'll probably do one of these doubleheader games against Washington. I like more than a couple of days in between my games. Anyway, I want to thank Doug Hunt, Dwayne Martz, MV, for stopping in. I want to thank Tommy Ballgame, Mike in the Truck, Beatles Eternally, of course, who you all have to thank for having me broadcast Dead Ball Baseball. I'm starting to like Dead Ball as my favorite era in baseball. Ken Castro, David Zelinsky stopped in 007. I think that's about it. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming in. I want to do something here as I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. You'll have to bear with me. Let's see if I can do that. There it is. I want to click that right here. Anyway, want to come over and say thanks, everybody, for coming in. I appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. I don't know who's doing the next game on the channel, but we're looking forward to it. Anyway, hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Catch you later in the day.